Welcome to the Deep Dive, the show where we break down today's key news into the insights you need. And just a quick note on today's Deep Dive, which we're calling AI Daily Deep Dive. It was actually researched and, well, even put together entirely by AI. Pretty meta, right? So today, July 17th, 2025, we're digging into the top 5 AI stories to keep you ahead of the curve in this fast-moving field. Okay, so let's jump right in with story number 1. OpenAI, they've just rolled out something called the ChatGPT Agent. This isn't just, a minor update. They're calling it a unified system. It pulls together web interaction like their old operator tool, the analysis power of deep research, and the ChatGPT conversation engine. So it doesn't just figure out tasks, it actually does them, like builds presentations, manages workflows, while keeping the human in charge, of course. What's the performance side look like?
Well, yeah, and that's what's really fascinating. The performance on this test called Humanity's Last Exam, it's a really tough conceptual reasoning benchmark. The agent hit 43.1% accuracy, a record.
Wow, 43.1.
Yeah, it's not just a number. It suggests a level of autonomous reasoning and action we maybe didn't expect quite yet. And it also blew past older models like GPT-4o on SpreadsheetBench, got 45.5% accuracy there. So it's really connecting conversation, thinking, and actually doing things.
Right, moving from just a smart tool to, well, an agent.
Exactly, a genuine agent.
Okay, so OpenAI is making this leap. Let's pivot to Google. They're also pushing deeper into AI, specifically by expanding AI mode within search. They're bringing in Gemini 2.5 Pro, their top model, plus deep search. The idea seems to be moving beyond keywords to more like a conversation, especially for their AI Pro and Ultra subscribers. How's that going to change things day to day?
Yeah, and if you connect that to the bigger picture, Google's making AI much more proactive. Think about Project Apstra powering Gemini to actually make calls for you. Straight from search.
Make calls, like to businesses.
Right. Simple stuff like checking prices or maybe store hours, availability, the basic inquiries. It's really about streamlining those little everyday tasks, taking things off your plate, moving from finding info to acting on it.
Interesting. Okay, these advancements sound great, but they're always wider impacts, right? Let's shift focus now. There's a pretty serious warning out from the White House. The Council of Economic Advisors put out a study. They're predicting that AI's rapid growth could make electricity prices spike. A lot.
Yeah.
That is, if the U.S. doesn't seriously ramp up energy production. AI data centers are apparently becoming energy hogs on par with heavy industry. How big of a challenge is this energy demand, really?
It immediately raises that infrastructure question, doesn't it? To keep up, avoid bottlenecks, stay competitive. The estimate is the U.S. needs to invest about $1.4 trillion between now and 2030.
$1.4 trillion.
Yeah. That's more than double the energy investment of the last decade. And without that kind of investment, the study warns prices could jump anywhere from 9% to maybe even 58% by 2030. It's a wake-up call, Our digital world has a very real energy cost. And currently, the U.S. is lagging behind China in both energy production and these kinds of strategic investments. So it's a significant hurdle.
Okay, a major hurdle. From national energy policy, let's zone in on manufacturing. The National Science Foundation is highlighting this new AI model called Mavila. That's M-A-V-I-L-A, short for Manufacturing, Vision, and Language. What makes this one stand out for factories?
What's really cool about Mavila is how it combines looking at things with understanding language. So it can look at images of machine parts, spot tiny defects, maybe flaws in a 3D print, then figure out corrections, and potentially even tell machines to make those changes automatically.
So it sees the problem and directs the fix.
Kind of like giving machines eyes and a voice to coordinate repairs, yeah. And the big potential here is making this kind of sophisticated automation accessible for smaller manufacturers, not just the huge players. It's framed as augmenting human workers, handling the tedious inspection stuff, not replacing them outright.
Interesting. Augmenting, not just replacing. That's a key theme. All right, our last story for today touches on something more. Well, philosophical. Does AI actually understand the world, or is it just really, really good at mimicking understanding? There's an article out of Harvard exploring this using an old philosophy analogy about an ant tracing a picture in the sand by chance. What are researchers finding? Is it real understanding or just pattern matching?
It's a fundamental question. And researchers, like Kian Vafa mentioned in the article, are finding some revealing things. While these models can do tasks that look very human, They often don't seem to build consistent internal models of how the world works.
What does that mean, practically?
Well, the example given was a model trained on Manhattan street directions. It could give you perfect turn-by-turn instructions, spot on. But if you asked it to draw a map of Manhattan based on that knowledge, it couldn't. It lacked that coherent, high-level spatial understanding.
Ah, okay, so it knows the steps, but not the overall picture.
Exactly. It suggests there might be a lack of true conceptual grounding. The way it understands might be fundamentally different from ours, even if the results look similar sometimes.
So, wrapping all this up, what does it mean for you listening? We're seeing AI become these powerful agents, changing how we search, putting massive strain on energy grids, potentially transforming manufacturing, and even making us question what understanding really is. It feels like we're truly just scratching the surface here. So maybe the question to leave you with is this. As AI gets woven deeper into, well, everything, our infrastructure, our tools, how is your own relationship with technology going to change? And what new questions will that closer partnership bring up for you?